Let's check out Act-On Analytics from the perspective of the marketing professionals who use it every day. As a marketer, one of your top concerns is understanding how your campaigns are performing and what factors are driving performance. Act-On Analytics makes all of that information accessible to every marketer. Instead of needing a data analyst to get info out of a Power BI or Tableau, you can come right here and ask any question. Say, what are my top 10 messages with a click-to-open rate in the last 90 days? And let's make it more than 1,000 cent. Okay, so now we see some of our major campaigns, and one of our top messages is part of this nurture program that seems to have pretty effective results. We can compare to all of our program messages and see from that our disenfranchised program seems pretty strong with higher click rates. And from here, we can dive into a little more detailed view by adding how many we've sent as a metric. We can view this as a table of data, which really lets marketers dive into their questions and explore answers in depth. Another important metric is opt-outs. When we look at our opt-out rate overall by sender, we notice there are a few senders that are higher than others. This lets us evaluate content we're sending under those senders to see if it's impacting customer engagement. For instance, our blog sender in this case has a slightly higher opt-out rate than our standard sender. While the AI Insights data search is an easy and quick way to get answers, going into Explore data gives you even more powerful ways to search. For example, we'll go to subscription category and opt-out rate. Here, we can see training and press release categories have higher opt-out rates. If we dig further, we can use SpotIQ to run an AI-based analysis about this. So we hit Analyze and open the SpotIQ tab. AI analysis will share trends and correlations that we might not think of otherwise. So for example, we can look at subscription categories, showing us higher click rates for certain send dates, messages, and links. And all of the different messages and categories, we've got clicks by title, opt-outs by title, events and webinar invites. So it's all sorts of data marketers can use to make performance decisions. You can also keep track of trends within campaigns. You want to know if something's going wrong or right, so we've got our standard live boards here for email and forms, landing pages and content downloads, all giving marketers KPIs at a glance. But we can go deeper. Here's a trend example looking at form submissions, and we can see that week over week, there was a spike that then declined the following week. So we want to know, is there a problem? Should we be worried? One thing we can do here is explore that spike and see the form names contributing to it. Here we can see we had a particular form, this webinar say, that really spiked that week. That's probably expected because maybe we did a lot of promotion for it. So that's actually good news. I can also run this change analysis to see what's contributing to decreases in my form submissions. So when my boss says, why are our form submissions down this week? We can look at it and say, well, it specifically has to do with this webinar we did about email deliverability. And since we promoted that webinar last week, but now it's over, obviously we did not have nearly as many form submissions this week. So it really gives us, the marketers, strong insights into what's happening behind the numbers. Of course, we also need to be able to communicate results to stakeholders, whether that's the sales team, the CEO, or marketing coworkers. One thing that's great about these live boards is they can be customized with Act-On's advanced analytics package. For example, you can make a copy of the email performance live board or make your own. Maybe you're focused on events and webinars, so we can look at our trigger and only pick items related to webinars. Then we'll look at our message title. Let's look at sent and click rate. So now we have a custom chart focused on webinar data. We can pin this to our custom live board for events and webinars, and then add some information about forms. And we can look here at this chart and see, oh, these were the particular webinar forms that had great performance. So let's go ahead and pin that as well. And now on our events and webinars live board, we've got some relevant visuals. So to recap, Act-On Analytics makes it easy for marketers to answer questions on the fly without having to spend time with expensive and difficult data analytics. They have the ability to easily see trends and understand what's working and what's not in their marketing, and they can dive into the factors causing those trends. Plus, they can easily communicate with their stakeholders by creating shareable custom live boards that address their particular interests.